I know you're sick of paying for a monthly subscription that you're probably not even using. That's why you clicked on this video. And here's the thing, if all you're making is images and your workload is relatively light, you're probably getting charged double by these subscription-based platforms. It doesn't matter if it's Higgsfield or OpenArt or NVIDIA or whatever it is. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a platform that I switched to that saves me money, and I'm able to sleep comfortably knowing that I'm not getting ripped off by subscriptions that I'm not even using. I'm also going to break down the maths of it and in which case would the subscription actually make sense. So let's get into it. Now, before we actually get into the platform and how to set it up with Claude, let's run through some quick numbers. So I actually did a deep dive on the subscription cost and how much the credits cost us if we were to buy them from Higgsfield or if we were to buy them directly from the source. And it's actually costing us double. So if you see here, these are again like the two main image generation models, right? The most popular ones. If we generate a Nano Banana image from Fall AI, it would be costing us 15 cents. And a Higgsfield subscription would still cost you 2 times of that. And if we're doing GPT image 2, which is much better than Nano Banana, it would cost us 41 cents. And Higgsfield would cost us 90 cents. And most of these platforms start at about $15, right? And you would get a certain amount of credits. In this price point, it doesn't even justify the pricing because the only way you can actually compare if you're using the images in the unlimited mode, which is very flaky and unreliable and slow. And sometimes they're doing promos and they have video models available in unlimited mode. So that is definitely your go-to. And while it's not reliable because they would have it be on unlimited just for 1 week, you can still use them for 1 week, and that's good value. Secondly, if you have massive volume and you're making roughly 100 Nano Banana 4K images per month, would basically start beating per image price. And again, caveat that you're using the unlimited mode, right? So I would save a lot of the cost, but again, it's flaky, slow, and unreliable. Here's where pay per use wins. You're doing strictly images and not videos, first of all. So it would just make sense in that use case. And third is you have access to all the models and you don't want to pay for any annual commitment, right? So the use case of this would be a hybrid of an automation engineer / creatives who has to build reliable systems. This clearly beats the subscription thing. Now let's get into the actual platform, which is fall.ai. Okay, so this is the platform that I'm using instead of Higgsfield, and it's called fall.ai. Here I am logged in already, and a nice thing is that once you sign up for it, you get $20 of free credits. And I signed up like 4 months ago and I still have $5 left and I still haven't topped up any credits. And the best thing about this platform is that you don't get charged a subscription. That's the best thing because I am paying for exactly every image that I'm generating, right? And I'm not getting overbuilt, I'm not getting underbuilt. And I know it kind of looks a little bit complicated and it doesn't look as flashy or as crazy as Higgsfield, because this is not for creatives, but it's more so for developers. Platforms like Higgsfield and OpenArt and NVIDIA in the background are already running API calls to call these models, basically, whether it may be the image model or video model. You have access to all those same models within this platform without even charging you a subscription. Now, obviously, you can generate images from within here if you go here in Generate and Fall Sandbox. This is kind of like the image generation kind of workspace that you would find typically in a Higgsfield. You could select your model here and put in your image prompt. But a better way to use it is with Claude Code. So if you're a creative, you're already pretty much using Claude Code to generate briefs, copy, prompts. So you can just connect your Fall AI account to Claude Code. And for that, you would just need your API key, right? So I would go here into Settings and then go into API keys. Here I have already made one for myself, but I'm gonna make a new one just for the demonstration. And then I'm just gonna name it whatever. And then I'm gonna copy this key here. And then I'm gonna go into Claude Code and make sure that I'm in my workspace. And then I'm gonna paste my Fall AI API key. Now, obviously, I already had my API key set up there, so it's just going to update the new one. But if you don't have an API key set up for Fall, you could just basically do it like this. Now, what we would have here is basically this chat would become your creative command center. You probably already have skills installed to generate prompts and briefs and add copy and things like that. And you could just like go ahead and take it up a notch and generate all of those images in bulk right from here. Again, with the caveat of not having to pay that Higgsfield subscription. So just as a test, I'm going to tell it to generate 10 images of apples, but in 10 different art styles. So And just like that, we have our 10 images ready and saved on our computer. Let's take a look at these. Again, like we have the 10 different art styles, and we basically have like Higgsfield supercomputer functionality without having to pay for that subscription right here within our Cloud Chat. And the funny thing is that if you're buying Higgsfield credits and you have a Higgsfield subscription and you intend to use it like that using, Higgsfield supercomputer or MCP or directly basically from your Cloud Code Chat, you're still paying for credits. You still don't have access to that unlimited mode because that's only a web app feature. So either way, you're worse off. If you add up all of these things, sure, it's a very nice front-end interface and a web app. But if you intend to use it like this in a programmatic system where you're calling the API again and again, this doesn't really make sense for you, right? Math doesn't really add up, right? That's about it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.